Welcome back, everybody. All right, so evening news video to close things out today. The San Jose Sharks reportedly in finishing stages of getting set to name David Quinn as their likely next head coach. Now, Quinn had a rough go-around of it in New York, but we have seen coaches have a really hard time in one location and then excel in another. So we will see if David Quinn is another example of that, or if it does turn out to be a mistake later on. So we'll see what happens there, but according to Elliot Friedman, this is who they're zeroing in on. The other candidates were finalists, not names that had been head coaches before. So this is a bit of a recycling, but again, Quinn had that one job with the Rangers, and it just didn't go well for him. So maybe things will go differently in San Jose. Again, that does happen. Coaches who don't have it in one location and have it in another. That absolutely is a good video topic. Will be done at some point soon. The Colorado Avalanche bringing back Keaton Middleton, who played a grand total of 3 games for them this year, but it's 1 year league minimum, so $750,000. And so, yeah, that's a depth move for the Colorado Avalanche to hold on to him. The Seattle Kraken getting some contracts done today. Cole Lind, 1 year, $850,000 for him. Canuck fans were upset when he was the one taken by Seattle. Not a great first year with Seattle. We'll see how year 2 goes for him. And Carson Twarynski, 1 year at league minimum, $750,000. So again, depth moves there. Keeping your depth is important in this league. Also today, John Tortorella coming out in defense of his new boss, the general manager Chuck Fletcher. And some of the moves made in the offseason people aren't all that happy with. I will say this, we often declare who the winners and losers are in the offseason until the following season starts and gets going. You just never know. Sometimes the team that we're writing off, like the Flyers, for instance, maybe they get off to a good start. Maybe they have a nice, fun October, and it rolls through November, December. Next thing you know, they're a wild card team once we reach April and we're going into the playoffs. So, again, it's hard to tell. Tortorella, of course, defending general manager Chuck Fletcher. Imagine a coach who just got hired coming out and saying, yeah, this GM is so ridiculous. He just hired him, so yeah, Tortorella kind of, in this case, I don't have any doubts that he means his defense of Chuck Fletcher and the moves that have been made, but what else is he going to do? I mean, I don't know if media would expect him to say, oh, yeah, he hired me. What's he thinking? So, yeah, nobody's going to say that. Also, some sad news out today. Ian Scott, a former prospect for the Toronto Maple Leafs, who was pretty well thought of when he was drafted. In 2017, forced to retire due to injuries. He had hip surgery last year. Only played 20 minutes of hockey this year in the ECHL for the Newfoundland Growlers. And so he only played a very short amount of time the year before as well. And so even though he's only 23 years of age, he is hanging up the skates and stepping away from hockey, which again shows that when we look back and we talk about who is or isn't a bust, injuries are that great unknown. We never know who's going to get bit by the injury bug and which guy, when they get drafted, is going to end up playing for 10, 20 years longer, and which ones don't end up making it to the NHL, in this case, through no fault of their own. So all the best to Ian Scott in his retirement, and hopefully he finds other jobs in and around hockey. We've seen that, guys having to leave the game far earlier than anybody expected, and they stay in the hockey world. Sometimes they end up getting into management, sometimes they get into development roles. In this case, maybe he ends up being a goalie coach at some point. So all the best to Ian Scott. Hopefully he lands on his feet. And there you go. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below as always. If you're a Sharks fan, do you like the idea of bringing in David Quinn, or do you wish it was somebody else? Let me know your thoughts on that. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe. If you're browsing your way through, you just happened upon this video. And hey, thank you guys so much for watching, for all your support. I will talk to you again soon.